welcome to Burning Down the Far Hill Week 14 pre-playoff edition. So it's time to get this playoff party started. And for the first time since the last time Garen was in the league, I'm not in it. So, oh well. Just have to do what I did last time and just win the next 4 straight. Wouldn't suck. But let's just recap what happened last week here. Twetu defeats Steel Curtain 185 to 155, led by Jordy Nelson 36. Bad Dog beats Fat Bastard 171-166. This is funny to me because Chris was crying most of Sunday about this, the interception return on the extra point try. Now, Chris, you have enough sense to know that before they gave you the little run back rule, which has only been in place for I think 2 or 3 years. You know, when they just picked the ball off, that ended the try. So you don't count it as an interception, so stop with that 2 points. And then the safety points. I get the safety points that probably should have been in there, but because we didn't have the foresight to see that at the beginning of the season, you're going to be out at least those 2 points. So it's not an interception and then the safety. It's because obviously either a fumble recovery and the safety. If they did it that way, you're looking for all those 4 points. No. And I think, you know, like I said, we're going to probably have to have a debate about it on how many points they get on for this category for next year. Maybe I just put it as a straight 4 points and then, you know, you're done and you're happy about it. But, you know, it goes down as the safety in the books. That's it. Defensive return off of an extra point, try safety. 2 points. So, we'll figure that out next year, but that was funny that he lost by 5. So he can just miss his 4 where he was scared of all day. John Boy Special People defeats Nate 182-129. Golden Tate 43. Scott Sterling Perfect Defender defeats Brother 152-142. Still have not scored more than 160 points. You know, the last time I did that was week 2. That was fun. Howard for 34 points. Blakeham beats the Sinister Guy from the Internet 117-83. Kelsey for 37 points. And Davis Dynasty is the only person that's beaten Irish Cop. Beats him again, 176-143. So I'm figuring them two are going to show up in the finals, and we'll see if John can get back over that hump to defend his title. Roger wins the final weekly pick'em for week 13 here, so Roger will get $1 credit to his count. Survivor pool. The 3 of us, we've been going since we restarted this. Here's what's going to happen with this as we're coming down the stretch here. Everybody make your selections for this week. If all 3 of us are still perfect going into week then 15, we are going to drop this down to single elimination at that point. It's double right now. So if someone should lose one this week, we'll keep the double going for maybe through week 15. Let's see, so this is 14, and then 15, and we'll reevaluate on week 16. But right now, if all 3 of us win going into then week 15, we will drop it to single elimination the rest of the way. If all 3 of us keep going, then we're going to each get $1 because it's $3. So there's that. So let's go through some playoff seeding, draft pick orders, and things of that nature. Here it is. Irish Cop locked up 1 seed like 2 or 3 weeks ago, so he's clearly the 1 seed. The other bye, because we have 4 people sitting at 8 and 5. So here's how the tiebreakers broke down. Because both of the 4 teams, 2 of each team is in the same division, so this actually was very easy for me. So the first kind of tiebreaker was between the top 2 second place teams. So that would have been between Davis Dynasty and Steel Curtain, and Steel Curtain beat Davis Dynasty, so congratulations Steel Curtain, you're the number 2 seed, and you get the other bye in the first round of the playoffs. So after you get Steel Curtain out of the way, you add in the last person in the homeboys, which is Jer versus Davis Dynasty, because Blakeham cannot get ahead of Davis Dynasty, that's why I've not mentioned your name yet. But Jer and Davis Dynasty did not play this year, but Jer has more total points than Davis Dynasty. He's the 3 seed. Davis Dynasty is obviously ahead of Jim in the standing, so he's ahead of Jim. So Davis Dynasty 4, Jim 5. Hauser as division winner comes in 6th with the worst record of the group. So your first round matchups look like this in the championship round. It'll be the number 5 seeded Blakeham at the number 4 seeded Davis Dynasty. JJ leads the postseason series 1-0, last playing in the first round of the playoffs in 2013. Six-seeded John Boy Special People will face the third-seeded Twetu. John leads the postseason series 2-0. Last played in 2010 Toilet Bowl title game. It's fun. So there's that with the highest seed remaining of this group. So when I say highest, I mean the lowest. Seriously. So, okay, we'll do it. The lowest seed remaining will play the 2-seed Steel Curtain, and then the highest seed remaining will play the 1-seed Irish Cop. Just, that does flip. Alright, Toilet Bowl wise, and the order for the first 6 picks in next year's draft. So, Sinister Guy from the internet will lock up the number 1 pick and is the 12th seed of the season. Fat Bastard comes in as the 2nd pick next year and the 11th seed. Nate is the 3rd pick in the draft next year and the 10 seed. Bad Dog is the 4th pick next year and the 9th seed. Garen is the 5th pick next year with the 8th seed and one of the buys in the Toilet Bowl, and myself is the 6th pick next year, 7th seed overall, buy in the Toilet Bowl. So Toilet Bowl matchups look like this. Turn the freaking page. Thank you. The 12th seeded Sinister Guy from the internet will face the 9th seeded Bad Dog, first postseason meeting. And the 5th or 11th seeded Fat Bastard is facing the 10th seeded Nate, first postseason meeting ever. With the highest of those remaining Toilet Bowl, well, actually they don't do that for Toilet Bowl, so I believe the winner of Nate and Fat Bastard will play the SME, and yeah, there's a name change forthcoming because evidently that team name didn't work for me this year. And so the winner of Nate and Fat Bastard plays myself, and then the winner of my dad and Thomas will play Gary in the second round of the Toilet Bowl. So that's where we're at. I will break down payouts after kickoff of week 15. So I want to remind all of the everybody who's involved in the playoffs going forward. The waiver wire closes kickoff of week 15. I'm going to repeat that. Waiver wire closes for the remainder of the year with a kickoff the Thursday night game of week 15. So this is the Thursday, coming up to the Thursday night game of week 14. You get another week. So there's no transactions after the semifinals start. Please be aware of that. Please look ahead. If you're planning on winning, see something ahead. Last year, Chris got screwed because Odell Beckham went stupid and he didn't play in his championship game and he didn't have like the backups and things, and he wanted to pick people up, and we haven't had that. So think ahead. Look ahead. For you've got a hothead that might do something, you better pick somebody up. Just make sure you have a bench. This is why benches happen. Don't just have dead people on your bench. You're going to need active people ready to go in the event that something unforeseen thing happens. So, telling you this now. You got 2 freaking waiver wire periods to figure this out. So if you're planning on going to the championship game on either side, you better have the tiebreak. Have people in place. Also, the Week 17 challenge. Where the waiver wire will not open back up for that, so you got to submit a team for the Week 17 challenge if you want to. You just only, the team with the highest score that week gets their entry fee back, so it's $20. So that's something worth something, but you've got to have the foresight to look ahead for that. So that's what I got. After the waiver wire closes in Week 15, I can figure out exactly what the payouts are going to be, because it's a percentage-based thing based on all the money collected. Everybody can thank Jim for his many donations. Just going to throw that out there. So that's all I got. I'll talk to you guys next week when we get into our semifinals and I reiterate all this information I just said. So, deuces.